Yes, you heard that right. Your addiction can actually be a blessing in disguise or a blessing in general. Now, what I mean by that is your addiction to alcohol, cigarettes, or any form of drugs can actually be used as a blessing. Now, I don't mean for you to start snorting coke lines right now. I mean, wait, hear me out. Don't do that. Hear me out. And why I say this is because I came across this meme recently on social media. It's like when a crackhead wants to smoke crack, he doesn't complain that he can't find crack or he doesn't have enough money to buy crack. He gets up and gets shit done. He finds a way to find crack, irrespective of any external factors or outside situation. And now this got me thinking like when I was an addict, when I used to smoke weed every single day, when I used to drink every single day, when I used to smoke cigarettes every single day, I never complained like, oh my god, I can't find weed. My dealer is not in town. I can't find the money to go get weed. My friends don't have weed. Like, I never complained. Somehow, you know, I did something to go find the weed. Somehow, irrespective of what was going on. Even though many times the guys who used to give me weed were not there in town, they went on some vacation and I didn't know anywhere else to go get weed from. And somehow I found a way and got weed and smoked it. Now, this got me thinking like when you are addicted to any form of substance, you are also giving your 100% focus, commitment and determination to that substance. It's like you are attached to this substance, and when you are so attached to that substance, you will go do anything and everything to find ways for you to be with that substance. Now, this is a form of true love because when you love somebody, you become attached. When you're attached to somebody, and sometimes you get attached to people you don't really love, and you get attached to the wrong kind of people. And this is a dynamic that happens out even in toxic relationships or any form of relationship where one person is severely attached to the other person. The other person does not have any attachment here, but this person is so attached, like the person will do anything and everything to find more ways to be attached to this other person. And same thing is a relationship between you and the drugs. Like you are coming and being attached to the substance, and you give your 100% commitment, focus, drive, determination, and in all your energy, time, and effort goes into getting attached or being one with the substance, with this addiction. Now, when you take away the substance, when you're overcoming this, all right, you still have so much potent energy. You call this energy because you never really come out of addiction. You just transform yourself. And when you transform yourself and overcome the state of addiction, you are in the space, all right, where you're free from all addictions. But now there's so much energy. The time that you used to spend, the time, effort, energy that you used to spend to get high and escape this reality so that you feel good in this high state, suddenly it feels empty. You feel like a void, like an empty void. And you have to put that energy to use. Because if you don't put that energy to use, you guess what? You will fall back into the same old addictive state and same old addictive patterns. Now you have to use that energy in a productive way. It can be fitness, it can be any creative endeavors. You can learn a new instrument, you can learn a new language, you can go put that energy in your career, in your relationships, in your dating goals, and any other area of life which actually brings you success, happiness, joy, and this amazing productive results. Now, why I say your addiction can actually be a blessing in your life is because the average person was never experienced any sort of addiction into any form of substance, does not have the same amount of commitment, drive, focus, determination as you do. It's like you have all these amazing qualities, but it's going in the wrong direction. It's going in the direction which is not actually benefiting you in this real conscious waking life. It is benefiting you in this addictive state, in this high, in this fake version of reality. It's like you don't like this reality, you know. I never liked this reality. That is why I escaped through drugs, through weed, through cigarettes, through alcohol. You know that even that cigarette high, it stays for 5 6 seconds. The nicotine high made me feel so much more better, made this reality so much more easier for me to bear and cruise through. So when I overcame all this, I had so much, so much energy left. It's like I was losing my mind, I was going insane. I didn't know what to do. And that is when I found outlets through which I can channel that energy and transmute it into a much more productive way. And when you start using this energy that you have into this conscious, amazing, real reality, you'll find amazing results. Like whatever endeavor, whatever you want to do, let's say you want to start a business, you can use that form of addictive energy as a boost, as a a motivator. Can take all these elements that used to keep you in this addictive state and use them as an advantage to propel you further into this amazing positive trajectory of success. Now you have more drive, more determination, more commitment. It's like the reason you get addicted is that you understand this in a much more positive light, all right? People always shed on the negative parts of addiction. You obviously know that. You don't want somebody else telling you the negative part of addiction over and over again. The positive side of addiction is you have 100% commitment to the substance that you're addicted to. So that means you are reliable, you can be trusted upon to be committed on a task or a goal for a long period of time. Sounds so good to hear, right? You are 100% focused and determined, irrespective of what goes on externally, in the world, in your family, in your mental state. You will find a way to get the drugs. You will find a way to get drunk and get high. Now that is next level commitment. That is next level focus, drive, and determination. So why don't you just turn the direction? This is amazing, all right? This direction, you feel that amazing high, it makes you forget about all your problems for that given moment, but you know the after effects. You know the hangover. You know that after you stop drinking or stop the consumption of these drugs, your state eventually dips down even further than before consuming all these substances. You know that. So instead of going in that direction, why don't you use all these elements, use all this energy, time, and effort that you were putting on addictive elements and use it to productive activities? You use it to any creative endeavor. You use it to focus on your career goals and every other areas in your life that provide you growth, every other area that contributes positively to this conscious waking reality. Now, one of the core main elements or the main reasons why you want to consume them is because you don't like this reality. As I mentioned before, you try to find a way to escape it. Understand or, contemplate why you don't like this reality. And you have the drive, you have the focus. That's not the problem. You have the potential. It's because you dislike this reality. You don't want to put potential and you don't want to give your energy into the things that don't excite you anymore, into the things through which you don't feel happiness, joy, and contentment. Just contemplate or dive deep into the root cause for why these things happen. Just do some inner work. Ask yourself, why? What happened along the way? Because as a kid, you were not like this. You did not need any alcoholic substance or any form of drugs for you to experience amazing things, for you to be excited, for you to have this feeling of joy, happiness, and appreciate this conscious waking reality. You do not need any of that. As a kid, you just wake up and be excited. You can see the rainbow and be excited. You'll see a car and be excited. You'll see the sunshine and be like, wow. You had that childlike wonder. Where did that go? You have to ask yourself, what situations, what events in your life, make that childlike wonder dormant? Trust me, it does not disappear. You still have the childlike wonder. You just have to access it. So you transform and transmute that energy that you have, that you had once put into this addictive state. And once you're transforming and transmuting that, this is essentially hard, especially, it's easy for you to transform and transmute and use that same energy into productive areas of life. What makes it hard is you having that passion while doing it. There's a very big difference if you're doing something just for the sake of it, just for getting the results, versus if you're doing something because you love it. You're doing drugs is because you love drugs. And even if you transform and transmute all this energy that you had into doing drugs into something productive, but you don't love it, you're not going to stay there. Eventually, you're going to come back. So, fix the inner issues. Fix. I don't mean fix, all right? Highlight, and let go of the situations that have brought you into the state of losing touch with your childlike wonder. Heal yourself. Heal from the past traumatic events. You have so much trauma, you're just escaping that. Figure out what's your trauma. Figure out the things that prohibits you into experiencing reality as it is, that actually makes you feel so discomfort and uncomfortable. It gives you this immense discomfort to stay in this so and so called conscious reality, that you want to go and take in immense amount of drugs so that you can actually feel good, feel high. If you get high, you feel good. That is why you get high. It's not that you love the substance. You feel good. Why are you not feeling good in this normal reality? Why are you not feeling good when you normally wake up? Understand, just go back and list out all the things that have made you feel like this. Then you can just start naming them. What don't you like about your life? And only if you bring that out to surface, you can let go of the trauma that's holding you back. And if you have any problems there, you will certainly have some problems which can be solved. Only when you bring the problems out to the light, you will find ways to get the solution on how to solve them. So, your addiction is actually a blessing, because through addiction you can not only outperform your competition, but also while you're overcoming addiction, you will find that you are going into this path of enlightenment. It'll be way more easier for you to follow, or get into spirituality or understand advanced spiritual concepts more than gurus who have been meditating for 20, 30 years. Why I say that is because when you go do all the self-discovery and you overcome addiction, all right, and you know the difference between the high state and the normal state, and then you start implementing this energy transmutation into actually productive activities that bring or yield in amazing results. And then you start meditation, it just compounds. It's like this huge, amazing snowball. You will receive spiritual downloads and this amazing information out of nowhere. People who have been meditating for 20, 30, 40 years, still will be confused when they have a conversation with you. Because they have not gone and smoked hell lot of weed and done all the drugs in the world, overcame them, and then did all the inner work. People are sitting like monks. They don't know how addiction is. They have not experienced, like most of them, 90% of them, don't know the pain that comes while dealing with all your inner demons, especially when you're addicted. So when you are actually overcoming that addiction, you are actually transmuting that energy into something productive. And then you are being this enlightened being. You are, essentially, you have elevated yourself to this higher vibrational being. And essentially, you will have more spiritual advantage. You will have competitive edge, you'll have a spiritual edge, and you'll essentially be thriving in life. And even you will be surprised at your immense potential.